She was just an ordinary teenager living in Canada. No Hollywood connections, no acting classes, no fame, nothing. But with one simple decision, she did something thousands only dream of. Out of 15,000 people, she was the one who got the call. How does a complete unknown become the face of a global Netflix hit overnight? This isn't luck. This isn't a fairy tale. The truth behind Maitreyi Ramakrishnan's rise will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about fame. Maitreyi Ramakrishnan, a name the world barely knew a few years ago, and now it's impossible to avoid her face on screens or scroll past her on social media. But the real question is, how did a regular Canadian teenager with no acting background or industry links land one of the most talked about roles on Netflix? Her story isn't your usual Hollywood script. No fancy auditions, no drama school, no family ties. Just a perfectly timed moment, and the courage to take a shot. Rewind to the day Mindy Kaling announced an open casting call for South Asian teens. One tweet, one chance, thousands of hopefuls. And somewhere in Mississauga, Maitreyi, a high schooler, sent her self-tape, filmed on her mom's camera, never expecting to hear back. But she did. Out of 15,000 global submissions, her video stood out. It wasn't polished or professionally edited. It was real, authentic. And that spark, the kind you can't fake, caught Mindy Kaling's attention. Weeks later, Maitreyi flew to Los Angeles for her very first in-person audition. And against every odd, she got the part. Let that sink in. No experience, no agent. First audition, first role. Lead character in a global Netflix series. And once, Never Have I Ever premiered, everything changed. Audiences saw something Hollywood had avoided for too long. A South Asian teenage girl not in the background, not the punchline, but the lead. Maitreyi played Devi with rawness, humor, and the type of flaws that made her painfully relatable. But here's where things get even more interesting. Off-screen, Maitreyi wasn't playing a character. She stayed real. Whether it was speaking openly about mental health, calling out trolls, or fangirling over her favorite celebrities, her unfiltered personality connected with fans. That's the secret. Talent might open the door, but authenticity makes people stay. And Maitreyi didn't stop at one show. Instead of being boxed into one role, she expanded her reach. Voice acting, interviews, red carpets, moving far beyond Devi Vishwakumar. She proved she isn't just another teen star with a lucky break. And then, there's the cultural shift. Before her, few South Asian girls ever saw themselves leading global stories. Maitreyi cracked that ceiling and opened doors for others to follow. Suddenly, young actors everywhere realized the industry was changing, and her rise was proof. But the question isn't just how she got here, it's what happens next. Will the industry let her evolve? Or will it try to lock her into a box? Can she stay grounded while the world watches her every move? Fame, especially overnight fame, is never a straight line. And Maitreyi's journey is still unfolding. One thing's clear. It wasn't luck alone. Sending that audition tape took more than just hope. It took self-belief, even when no one was watching. And that mindset is the real reason her story feels like a movie. Her success also reveals a bigger truth. The entertainment world isn't controlled by the old gatekeepers anymore. Streaming, social media, global reach. Talent can come from anywhere now. And if Maitreyi's story teaches us anything, it's that the next big star could be anyone, from anywhere, at any moment. So the next time you see her on screen, remember, it wasn't a studio that built her success. It was one bold decision, one homemade audition tape, and an unshakable belief in herself. And if her journey from suburban Canada to global stardom proves anything, it's that the biggest opportunities often come when you least expect them. The only question is, when your moment shows up, will you be ready?